set that up and did it. I can't believe I set that up and did it. I can't believe that I set that up and did that. It's been a while since I've done a live party. I just sent it to everybody. This is awesome. Okay, this is a huge juice party because I sent it to my newsletter list. And I think we're gonna have quite a few people here. I did it on both Facebook, let's get rid of that, and YouTube, and I gave both links out. So let's see here. Anyway, we're just gonna wait a bit before they get here, and I'll just talk about the big juice party that we're having. I've got my mason jar where we're going to be collecting all of the juices. I used it this morning. For those of you that are not in the know, I just came out with the greatest discovery of my career. Many people are saying I'm looking way better. I mean, there's many reasons for it. I don't want to put like all credit to these juice powders, but they are helping me in a huge way. I'm actually getting a blood test soon. Lots of blood tests because, oh, it's a long story. And it'll be interesting to see all my levels after taking these for a few weeks. I'm actually holding off so I could take it for a few weeks before I do this. But anyway, what we're here today is to share the greatest discovery of my career. As many of you know, I've been in this raw foods industry for well over, we're almost at 3 decades, I would assume. And I brought a lot of good stuff to the table, like stuff that is life-changing. For example, these marine phytoplanktons that I take every single day. Postbiotics, B12 probiotics, and our Synergy blend. I just happen to have these here because this is what I take every single day. I have all sorts of stuff. But the latest and greatest discovery are these raw organic juice powders. You can see that I got a butt ton here. And I also got bulk carrot juice powder because I'm addicted to it. If you read my newsletter. Okay, firstly, if you haven't read my newsletter, it's also on Facebook. It's pinned to the top. It's the top post on my Facebook page. Everyone seems to be coming in now. I'm trying to see if I can see. Okay, viewers right there. Okay. So what I'm gonna kind of do, we're just gonna have a juice party here today, and I'm gonna use these juices and enjoy. So what I do is, okay, firstly, these juice powders are unlike anything that you have ever experienced in your life. So we have discovered a company that makes raw organic juice powders. It never goes up over 106 degrees. All the vegetation is grown in very mineral-rich soil in Utah. It was a volcanic region for a certain amount of time. A lake drained in there. The minerals, there's an evaporation going on all the time. It's just a very mineral-rich place. And like all of these grasses and stuff like that is being grown there. For example, this alfalfa juice powder, which is my personal favorite. The roots go down with alfalfa. This is like, the roots go down into the soil like 30 to 100 feet, just sucking up all the minerals in this very mineral-rich place. And alfalfa is a huge resistant to infection. And this food right here, alfalfa powder, has more chlorophyll compared to any other food. And it is the second highest in vitamins compared to every other vegetation. Second to carrots. This is all written in Dr. Norman Walker's books, who was a juice master, lived to be over 100 years old. And so it's just a huge, this is one of the reasons why I think I'm doing so good, because I'm getting all of this nourishment. Beet juice, this beet juice powder is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. We're going to do a comparison to the Synergy companies in a second. But all of these powders are 100% raw and organic. they do something called a bioactive dehydration process, to where they dry these juices. First they cold press them, and then immediately they dry them. But when they harvest everything, they're at like peak nutritional potency. For example, the wheatgrass and barley grass juice is grown in these mineral-rich soils for 6 months, not on a sponge in the health food store. And then when they're at their peak potency, they're cut, immediately cold pressed, juiced, and immediately dried through this 106-degree bioactive dehydration process for less than 2 minutes. And for the first time ever, we are able to get juice powders to where when you mix them in water, or what I do is coconut water, you can't tell the difference in terms of nutrient quality and the way it looks and the way it tastes. For the first time ever, we've created juice powders that are just as good as drinking the juice. I know that's a bold statement. Don't quote me on it, but this is like a serious thing here. These powders are so fine and so potent that when you take it, it will be very evident, the difference. Like the other day I was exhausted, I was just testing all these powders and it just took the exhaustion away. They're so fine, these like little, we're gonna show you right now, as a matter of fact. First let's dump some coconut water into my drink here. Oh my God, this is like the best setup ever. Facebook is you can't really see it. Harmless Harvest kind of prides themselves as being less processed, and it like they don't like put preservatives into it to keep it white kind of deal. They embrace the natural color of coconut water to pink. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take, the serving size is about a teaspoon of all these things. I've built up to taking, these are very powerful. For example, if you were to take a tablespoon of the wheatgrass or barley grass juice powder, that would be equivalent to 24 to 30 shots of wheatgrass. You just need a very small amount. We're gonna do this amount right here, like 3/4 of a tablespoon. I wouldn't do this with the beet juice, barley grass juice, and wheatgrass juice, because those are very potent. Let me get a spoon. This stuff right here, this beet juice, is probably one of the most medicinal juices here. I'm just getting a spoon. I'll get a couple spoons. Okay, so I'm so excited about these juice powders, it's crazy. Normally when you take a green food, you gotta like chew on it, it clumps in your mouth, it sticks to the roof of your mouth, your teeth, and everything like that. These are literal juices that just dissolve when they touch your tongue, and they assimilate immediately. Like if I take chlorella or spirulina, that doesn't happen. I'll be burping it up for a while. And it takes some of my appetite away. These, on the other hand, are just absolutely crazy. Look at the colors here. This is just like, this is ridiculous. And if you can see how fine it is. Okay, first we'll do YouTube. Look at that. And then we'll do it here. It just dissolves in your mouth like this. It is so potent. It's already gone. I mean, I feel it. It doesn't stick. That stuff is so powerful. Whenever I take this beet juice powder, it just goes bling. Okay, so the pure synergy beet juice powder, there's not that many companies out there that do a pure carrot and a pure beet juice. I'm flying. This is completely different. It's more of a crystals, and it doesn't just, it does dissolve in your mouth because it is a juice powder. But this beet juice that they have, I know the company that did it, they flash pasteurize it for 30 seconds. Only because I've been researching all the different things, and I'll explain about the carrot and stuff like that we have, because I can't get the super good carrot stuff. If you've read my newsletter, you know about the carrot situation. Let's see how many people we got here. We got, all right. So the thing is, like, beets have oxalic acid, a good amount of it, but Dr. Norman Walker says that the beets, as long as it's raw, the oxalic acid is fine. It's when you cook it to where it becomes an issue. So they flash pasteurize this, unfortunately. I won't take it. This is 100% raw, never goes up over 106 degrees. These powders are truly addicting, and the amount of nourishment you get is just unreal. Anyway, I'm just kind of all over the place. Okay, so now, I love putting them, I also love just putting them straight in my mouth versus just putting them in my juices also. They dissolve immediately. Now you could, okay, so this is the alfalfa juice powder. Very fine, very potent. You take it. I'm telling you, we're having a juice party. Woo! You guys, if you get these, you have to experience putting them directly in your mouth so you can see the potency of them. I just feel it. It's like so beneficial. This is definitely one of the reasons why I'm doing better. Now this barley grass juice is probably the most intense of them all, but the most like crazy nourishing. It's like, here, let's take some. Juice party. We got wheatgrass juice. Okay, so what I like to do, this is the alfalfa. I have this little milk frother that I bought just for these juices. You could shake it up, and it just dissolves perfectly well in there. I'm putting alfalfa in. Now, it's really good to put carrot juice as a combination with them all. Because the carrot juice enhances the benefits of all the other juices. The combination. Norman Walker used to do combinations. I used to be a big fan, as many of you don't know. He was a pioneer in the raw foods movement. And you could do different combinations. But what I've been doing, this was filled to the top just recently. I'm absolutely addicted to this carrot juice. Now this one is a completely different consistency, the carrot juice, compared to all the other juice powders. It's the same one as the Synergy company used to use. As many of you know, the carrot juice powder that I was going to get from this company is pretty much out of season, and I can't get it till August. They're making it in July for me, and then they got to do all the lab tests, and then I get it in August. Once that comes in my hands, it is going to be, there has never been a carrot juice as good as and pure as this. This stuff improved my vision. I took it with maltodextrin because my samples were with the maltodextrin. I didn't know it until I looked at the certificate of analysis. But I took it for like a week and a half, and my vision improved. It's just that maltodextrin is really bad for the colon, and I have this colon issue, so I stopped. They all taste really good, by the way, all the carrot stuff. So I stopped taking it, and then I decided to take this one. Now, this one is the same one. If you've ever tried the Synergy company's carrot juice powder, this is the same one that they had. It's so sweet and so good. You could like, it's like instead of like really fine powders, like all these other juices that just like assimilate and just like makes your eyes go wide open and you're just like flying. That's what all these other juice powders that we have here for you today and are available on our website right now. This other juice company uses a different technology, not bioactive dehydration. It's they use an infrared process, and it turns it into like little crystals. This beet juice powder is like little crystals, crystal slivers, versus like this fine potent powder. Like this is fine potent powder that's gonna freaking make your brain explode with energy. This is like crystals, and it kind of tastes fruity and good and stuff like that. Well, it's the same thing with the carrot juice powder. Because this other one that isn't available, I wanted to get this in replacement so we could use combinations and stuff like that with like all these other things. I usually put the carrot juice powder inside. to mix with the combination, but I love the taste so much. I love to get these little spoonfuls. It's like really sweet. And my taste buds really like it. It took a couple times, but it's incredible. So when I first got this sample, I was like, no, I'm not going to offer it because it's nothing compared to like these other juice powders that we're offering today. But then I became undeniably addicted to it, and I can't get enough of it. Like at night, I honestly, I've been taking it kind of late at night, which was scaring me at first, but there's no fiber in any of these. The other green juices that clump to your mouth and stuff, there's fiber in there and other stuff in there. This is 100% pure juice. Like most companies, what they'll do is they will take these juice powders and they make green food formulas and take these precious powders and water them down with other ingredients. So what we've done for the first time ever is taken all the individual juice powders, added 0 other ingredients to them, and we just straight bagged them for you. It's crazy. I don't like to keep it exposed to oxygen for too long, so I make sure you close the bags and stuff like that. Also, I'm doing really well. As many of you know, I've had some health issues recently, and recently for the last many, many years. And I've been in and out of the hospital, but I'm recovering like crazy. If you're on my newsletter and you're getting my health updates, I was up to like 10 milligrams of prednisone again. I'm all the way down to 1.75 already in a very quick pace. And it's a very difficult thing to come off of. I'm starting to just like, every single night I take a bath and I sweat like crazy, and I'm just replenishing myself with these juices, and I'm just like making the process happen really fast. I'm walking 3 miles every single day. I look better, I feel better, just things are going really great for me. And I don't want to say it's all because of the juice powders, but I do think something is going on here. For example, Norman Walker says in his books that carrot juice and alfalfa juice are huge resistance to infections. And I feel like that's doing something. This is really good for calcium. I also had osteoporosis and stuff like this. I'm just really excited to see my blood tests within the next month or 2 when I get that done. So all these juice powders are absolutely crazy. In my newsletter, I said I got 10 pounds of this stuff. I wasn't kidding, of the carrot juice, because I'm so addicted to it. This was filled to the top, just like not that long ago. It just tastes so good. Yeah, so I pretty much wanted just to share these juice powders with you, show you them, the potency, show you how good I'm doing on them, and I mean, that's pretty much it. But if you take a look back here, these are all my juice powders. There's probably like 30 up here. The grapefruit juice powder, I've already taken this morning. I take a tablespoon in my orange juice every single morning. Grapefruit juice powder is the best #1 product in the world, probably the only food in the world that removes calcification from the body. In Dr. Norman Walker's books, he shares that grapefruit juice is loaded with salicylic acid, and this helps remove the encrusted calcification within the body. Now, a lot of us are calcified because from all of the years of eating processed foods like starches, breads, and stuff like that, inorganic calcium elements travel through our system and they build up. A lot of it is removed, but when we eat that junk, it's deposited in certain areas. Like we get cataracts as the cause of calcification, is what they say. Arthritis is a big one. Hemorrhoids, the kidney stones, gallstones. That's what the beet juice powder is really good for. It dissolves that stuff, the gallstones and the kidney stones. And it's also a really good blood builder for people. I've always had issues with my blood recently since I've had this issue, and I think this is every different one of these juices is helping different aspects of my health. Um, Walker was saying that women who with it's a huge blood builder, and women with menstrual issues could take this and get really great results. And also, it removes kidney stones and gallstones, and also stones from the sex organs extremely well. So all these juices do different things. Now, this grapefruit juice powder, I've been taking a tablespoon every single day. This is like gold. So he goes on to say, like, all of these things are causing arthritis, hemorrhoids, cataracts, all sorts of issues in the body from all the years of eating processed foods. So one thing we want to do is eliminate processed foods, and then we want to take as much of this as possible. Now, what he says is grapefruit juice. He has a book called, his juicing book, where he studied the nutrient breakdown of everything, and he shares what juice powder combinations are really good for certain ailments in the human body. And anything that has to do with calcification, grapefruit juice is what he recommends, because it's loaded with salicylic acid, which dissolves this calcification in the body. So if you're taking this every single day for years, it's gonna it could possibly seriously do some serious good for you. And if you can imagine, remember I was telling you the barley grass and wheatgrass juice powders, it's like 46 pounds of wheatgrass goes in, and barley grass goes into like 1 kilo of these juice powders. It's like a crazy amount of vegetation. So it's like taking 30 shots, 24 to 30 shots of wheatgrass powder when you take a heaping tablespoon of that stuff. It's crazy the amount of vegetation that goes in this. So if you think about how many grapefruits it takes to put in this grapefruit juice powder, this is 100% raw. So the salicylic acid is intact, and there is a butt ton in here. And what that does, so what we have is all these are true natural medicines, but what we have here is this is just loaded with salicylic acid, plus you get the vitamin C. I put it in my orange juice, and then I use this little milk frother, like I did here. And you can feel it dissolving mucus as it goes down. It's crazy. It was like my chest cavity just felt so empty as it just dissolved all the mucus when I first took this grapefruit juice powder. So what you're doing here is, from all the years of buildup, we've got this arthritis, we've got all these issues, and now for the first time ever, you could take this potent salicylic acid grapefruit juice powder. I take a tablespoon every single day. The recommended dose, all of these it's recommended to do a teaspoon every single day. It will last you 38 days. So what I do is I take a tablespoon 3 times the amount. So a 3-pack will last you 38 days because that's the difference. And not only does it just start to dissolve all the mucus going down, emptying my lungs and chest cavity, but it's just like traveling through the ethers of my body, magically removing calcification. And over time, taking this every day for years on end, I feel like I'm going to live longer and get rid of all the calcification that is built up in my body. Calcification happens from eating starches, stuff like that, from years and years of doing that. It's really good to stop doing that. Also from some people say it comes from spring water because of the high TDS count. You never know what's in there. Most of it leaves the body, but over time it builds up, and our joints start to they start to solidify, and we want to get all that calcification out. So this is kind of a miracle product here, along with all of them, to be honest with you. Beet juice is really good for building the blood, and this is the only other product I can think of that would actually be good at removing calcification from the body, because it dissolves those kidney stones and stuff like this. You guys, this is so potent and so medicinal, you wouldn't believe it. I'm gonna take more right now. It just immediate when you try this, we have their juice powder coming in August. they don't have it available right now, and I am having them make me 1,200 bags because, first off, as I stated earlier, carrots have more vitamins than any other vegetation there is. It will be the best multivitamin product on the planet. They sent me the one with maltodextrin, and that's all they have available right now. So, and I said no. We actually have it available on our website for those people who don't mind the maltodextrin, but we also have this secondary juice company where we have this carrot juice powder. Now the carrot juice powder with the maltodextrin, I don't have any here, has 56,000 IUs of vitamin A in a tablespoon. That's about 1,000% of vitamin A. And when I was taking that for 2 weeks before I knew it had maltodextrin in it, my vision improved. I was able to read small writing on bottles when before I wasn't able to. And now I can actually read this again. Before I wasn't able to do that because of all the vitamin A I was taking. Now, when you try this, so this carrot juice powder that's coming in August that we have to wait for, it's gonna be the best multivitamin in the world, 100% raw, super fine. It's gonna be so potent, it's ridiculous. It's gonna have like probably around 74,000 IUs of vitamin A for every tablespoon you take because it will be void of the maltodextrin. Nothing's ever been seen like this before. It costs so much money for them to make that nobody's willing to purchase that particular product. They've only made it once in the last 20 years. I mean, I'm willing to do it. I mean, I don't like put everything in like a fancy box. You get these bags and stuff like that, but that's how I keep these prices down on everything. And nobody's doing what I'm doing. I'm telling you, look at this. When you try this beet juice powder, it's still emanating in my mouth, but it's like already gone. It just immediately assimilates. It's gone. When you try this beet juice powder, you will kind of grasp the idea of what the carrot juice powder will be like in August. They're making it in July. It's all set. But in August, it's going to be absolutely insane. It's getting me to drink more. I'm so addicted and I crave them so much. I finished this entire thing, but then I want more juice powder, so I keep drinking. And then like as I'm like in between gulps, I take this really good sweet crystalline stuff. This is a secondary juice powder. It's not as good as the one coming in August. It has about, in a tablespoon, over 600% of the vitamin A that you need. It's decent, but the stuff coming is going to be like way more. So you're getting... This is just something to use in the meantime, and I'm just addicted to it. It's like little crystal slivers of like carrot juice, and you can like, you could probably dip a banana in this, and it would just be like little cupcake crystal slivers. And it's a juice. There's no other fiber in here or anything like that. And it just dissolves. It's more crunchy compared to this like really fine, potent thing. But from being on a raw food diet for so long, I'm no longer on a raw food diet, of course. I'm so sensitive to things. Like I can't go out of my norm, or like there's no way I could eat at a restaurant. I'd probably get sick. I'm very sensitive, and I could just eat this endlessly without a problem, even late at night. It's crazy. Anyway, my favorite combination is the alfalfa and carrot juice, but every single one of these juice powders are extremely potent and good, and I take them all. It's really important to get a wide variety of everything. These are the grass juices. These are like, the first time I took the barley grass juice, it like cut all the mucus, and I was just like, right now I'm flying because I'm just like taking all these juices in high quantities. Here, let's take some of the wheatgrass juice powder so we can experience that. What else do we got here? So we got 6 juice powders in total. They're all available at therawfoodworld.com at like more than half price off right now. So everyone could try it. This is the wheatgrass juice. Oh man, I'm flying today. It's so like, It almost has a sweetness to it, but it's like seriously deep green, dark. No other ingredients but wheatgrass juice powder in here. It's already gone. And it's just like, my mouth is all covered in. So every time I have these juices, carrot juice is like really good to mix with everything. I pretty much mix carrot juice with every single one of these juice powders. It's kind of like what Norman Walker did. You add carrot to it, it enhances like all of the qualities of their juice. They have a synergistic effect. It improves and enhances everything. But what I do is whenever I drink a juice, I just love the taste of this sweetness that just dissolves in your mouth. And it's just like godsend for me because like it's like this food that I could endlessly eat. It's not, it just like dissolves and disappears. All this is juice with no fiber. And it just tastes really good. It's almost like sugar, but straight carrot juice. And even this carrot juice coming from this other company is going to be like more of a delicacy. This is like a delicacy on some level, but this like when you try this beet juice powder, it's almost like a delicacy. This tastes really good too. It's just very intense. The carrot juice powder with the maltodextrin that I tried tasted unbelievable. But it's going to be like, I don't even know if I'm going to carry this carrot juice powder anymore when the other one comes in, but I think I might be addicted to it and many other people will too. But this carrot juice powder coming in August is so fine and just will dissolve and is so sweet, 100% pure. It will be the most addicting thing. And all it is you're guzzling vitamins all day. That's all we're doing. We're taking sweet vitamins. And it's just like, this one tastes more like rock candy. These just dissolve and melt in your mouth. And it's just fun to be able to have sweet rock candy all day long. In the meantime, while we wait till August. Plus you're getting all the vitamin A's. My vision hasn't deteriorated. I could still read small writing. So I feel like it is helping me maintain with all the crazy amounts of vitamin A in there. But it's just not nearly as good as what is coming in July. Well, they're creating in July for August. Anything else I want to share? But anyway, the purpose of this video, let's see how we're doing here. We got about 100 viewers if we look at them both together. I think people like YouTube from my newsletter list better than Facebook. First off, I'm doing really well. I look good. I feel good. I'm not vain. People just have been telling me I look good on Facebook. I do a lot of social media on Facebook. If you're not following me on Facebook, you might want to check that out. I do videos every single day, and people are telling me that I'm looking really good and stuff. And I'm just taking loads of these juice powders. I take a tablespoon of the grapefruit every single morning. I take a load of this carrot juice. I take this alfalfa juice, loads also, and I take the beet juice. Oh my God, wait till you try this. And I take them all. Yeah. What else? I think I pretty much covered the most of it. I mean, the main thing is just to get here with you guys, play with the juices, show you how I'm doing. I'm excited for my next health update at the end of the month. And I guess that's pretty much it. I guess I'm just going to get back on with my day, finish off my juice party here. I don't think you just want to watch me downing juices for the next 10 minutes. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Matt Monarch here. And I believe that people will be able to watch the replay. I put all the links in my newsletter, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I will see you soon. Let's see. Here, let me read all the questions real quick before I go. Okay, someone says, you're healing, I see it. My mom says, I'm looking good. Someone says, hi, Suzanne. Waiting for the breakthrough new product. Dan, you gotta, okay, so the newsletter is pinned to the top of my Facebook page. Go check it out. You could read the whole thing right now. I'm reading Facebook, and then I'll read all the stuff here. How many servings are in a 4-ounce bag? If you take a teaspoon every single day, it's 38 servings. If you're taking a tablespoon, you'll need a 3-pack for 38 servings. Someone says, I look great. You look better than you have in a while. I know that is a compliment, but it's like, okay, you look better than you have in a while. But it's like, oh, you used to look like crap, Matt. That's how I see it. Okay, you're in Florida. Buy coconuts for coconut water versus store-bought pasteurized. Okay, tell me where. Or forage them. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Someone says, do you think it will raise your blood sugar? I got a lot of questions about this. It's carrot juice. I mean, that's not something that I worry about. But if you don't, I know like this whole keto thing makes people like crazy about carbs. But this is just, there's not a vegetation that has more vitamins than carrots. Like, why suffer? I mean, anyway. Granted, this isn't like, this is the second best carrot juice powder in the world. The best carrot juice powder is coming in August. Oh man, this is like, do you think it will, okay, howdy from Arkansas, looking good, like your hair. Oh man, people keep writing on here and I can't read it because it like goes back to the top every time. Let's look at YouTube. Trying to see here, guys, if I could. How do I look at the comments? Oh, here they are. Okay. Here we go. Keep it juicy today. Okay, so the question is, where can you purchase these? Oh yeah, therawfoodworld.com is where you get them, therawfoodworld.com. And just go to the top category at cost specials. They're all right there. I'll come back to Facebook in a second, but okay. Everyone's saying, I'm looking good, it works. It's working, you look sound and vibrant. Sauna sweating is good. Love the idea of that potency level. You guys, also there's the liquid factor is gone with these. Like when I drink carrot juice, you know, I get orange carrot juice diarrhea. I'm bloated all day long and it's just, it's a mess. With both carrot juice powders, even the one from the other company, I had no issue whatsoever. But I've got green food all over my mouth. Sorry. Okay, let's read the rest of these. And then I'll try Facebook one more time. Do I miss Vilcabamba? Not really. Always bringing us the best products. Okay. Okay, so let's try Facebook one more time. And then we'll probably just call it a night. Someone says, is there sugar in them? There's no sugar added to them. It's natural sugars that are contained in the carrot. Lynn is saying I'm more upbeat. She's looking at my soul, not my beauty on the outside. Love your products, love the green salt. I thought maltodextrin was not healthy. Maltodextrin is not healthy, that's why I stopped taking it. This carrot juice powder that we're offering today doesn't have maltodextrin in it. That's why I chose the secondary one. But we also have the other one to where it doesn't if it doesn't bother, nobody's buying it anyway. I just have it there because they sent it to us. I think we've sold about 20, while the other one is like hundreds. But I just have it available for people who want it because my vision did improve, and I was doing extremely well on that carrot juice powder, but I had to stop. But the one in August that's coming, the carrot juice powder in August, is going to have 0 maltodextrin, and this one has 0 maltodextrin in it. It was an accident, if that makes sense. When I got their samples of carrot juice powder from this company, of all the juices that we have, carrot juice is the most expensive juice to make out of all of them, and they're not used to people wanting to do it pure, so they rarely do it. All the other juice companies just like, they'll take it with the maltodextrin to get it for cheaper. It's still a really good product, but it has maltodextrin, which isn't good for your colon. I'm not willing to eat that stuff. And but anyway, so they were gonna make it for me in March, but they didn't have the carrots and everything like that. So we have to wait all the way until July for them to make it, and then in August it will be ready to go after we tested in the labs and stuff like that. And now we'll have 0 maltodextrin. Will be just like all of these other juice powders, like the beet juice powder, and it will be the best vitamin product that has ever been seen in the history of mankind. I guarantee it. Not only will it be the best vitamin product, it will be the best carrot juice powder ever available in existence. The one time they made the straight pure carrot juice powder, I'm pretty certain that it was for a company where they just took that carrot juice powder and threw it into another formula. That's what they do. That's what all the companies do. This will be for the first time ever experiencing a pure carrot juice in this type of potency that's raw and organic, grown in like the best soils, and so potent, such a mineral-rich, potent vitamin. Like, we buy all these multivitamins with all these natural whole food. It's almost like a green food powder. They just take all this stuff and throw it into one. And you're getting like a million different foods. This is just gonna be straight carrot juice, which has all the vitamins the body needs. Vitamin A in crazy quantity. I'm just really excited about the carrot juice that's coming. It's gonna be insane, and I feel like it's gonna take everybody's health to the next level. But we have to wait till August for it. In the meantime, I got this rock candy carrot juice sensation that I can't get enough of. It's just so rich and good. I was so devastated when I found out that they didn't have this other carrot juice powder, so I had to like do this in the meantime. But anyway, all the other juice powders are here, and we can get them into our bodies right now. Okay, wait, let's look at these comments. Oh, someone's asking if I could explain the benefits of spolanthes flowers. Let me just read what everyone else is saying. Okay, I think we're good. We're caught up here. Okay, let me get my spolanthes flowers. Here, if you're on YouTube, I'll show you my cabinet. Because I can't bring my whole computer there, but look. You can see all my quintessentials and... Anyways, let me put this back. Okay. These are the spolanthes. This is more of like a party trick than anything else. But what it does is it's like a roller coaster of a ride when you put it in your mouth. And it removes candida, thrush from your mouth. It's really good for your throat. It's really I'm salivating like crazy right now. and I feel it going down my throat. I'm just chewing on it. It's really intense, guys. And stimulates your salivary glands. It could like spit out so much mucus, it's crazy. It's really good for your oral health. Whew! And they even say it's really good for an aphrodisiac. Like, for example, they gave it to rats. It's still going. And, you know, they were having intercourse more frequently and stuff like that. Oh my God. Okay, so it's very intense. It was kind of, it's more of like a party trick where it like takes your taste buds on a crazy roller coaster of a ride. That was intense. But afterwards you feel better. Like you could feel like your throat feels better and everything like that. Oh my God. So, those are kind of the benefits. You could just type in Spelunthas on Google and type Spelunthas benefits. We have those on therawfoodworld.com also. Thank you. People are telling me I look good. Yeah, people are talking about med beds all the time. There's this new video going around about med beds are the new miracle cure that's going to heal everybody. But I've literally had 100 people, you know, say things like that. Chelsea says my haircut looks great. Yeehaw! Yeah, everything's going good. Many people are always asking about my situation with my family and stuff like that. I've dedicated my life to my kids. I go wherever they go. I have no time for like a female or something like that because then it would take away from my kids. Like I'm with them all the time. They're not here right now. Angela's with them. At some point, me and Angela are going to divorce, whatever that is. It's been very hard for me. I didn't, you know. So I never pushed my faith on anyone. I don't really talk about it much, but I had a 7-year encounter with the devil. Person who worshipped the devil. It is the true cause of my disease. It was a 7-year encounter. Remember, I was gone for a long period of time? I was gone. It was an encounter with the devil, and pretty much all I'm doing is still recovering from that. I think that's the cause of my disease. And I'm gonna have another health update soon that I'm excited about. I think I was kind of throwing in the towel, saying I'm gonna be on meds for the rest of my life because every time I came off it, I was getting messed up, but I see a pathway and I have hope once again to be off all meds. I was giving up. I was like, I'm just gonna stay on Humira until it stops working. But I see something. I've already successfully made it down to 1.75 milligrams of prednisone. In a month or two, I'm gonna be completely off it. I'm gonna be on 1 milligram for a very long time. And I'm gonna do all this very slowly. But whenever I've come off of meds too fast, this is one of the reasons why I end up in the ER sometimes. One time I came down from 7.5 milligrams of prednisone to 0 because the surgeon told me I got to get off of it. and I ended up in the ER. Another time is I got off prednisone successfully, and then the doctor told me to get off Humira, and I got off of it completely. And then there was no weaning process because you just stopped taking the shot. And I ended up back in the hospital. And what happens is they think it is because of I need that med, or I'm going to end up in the hospital. I need that med to keep my disease at bay. But I see it as an extreme change of just like eliminating it completely, like without any weaning process. And I didn't think it would be possible to wean off of Humira because it's just a 40 milligram shot. But then I looked on the internet and they have a 20 milligram shot and a 10 milligram shot. So I thought to myself, maybe I can just go down in dose and get off successfully. So that's my final attempt to try to do that, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing comes back or anything like that. I have hope in regards to that. I'm gonna see if they can give a 10 and a 20, so I can do 40 to 30 and then 20. I just don't know if that's the case. These guys have messed me up so much, it's crazy. So when I came off Humira completely, I ended up in the hospital. So they threw me back on Humira, but the doctor gave me like quadruple the dose by accident. And I ended up back in the ER just recently, and it was right after that. And then I get a letter just 3 days ago because the doctor said sorry to me. They terminated the doctor-patient relationship, and they mailed it to me. I think they did this because they messed up, and they're like not wanting like a lawsuit or something. I don't even know. I don't know why they dropped me. They just straight out dropped me. Anyway, so now it's meant to be, because like when I ended up back in the ER, right here down the road, usually I go to the one where all these other people are at. I really liked the GI doctors there, and I was like thinking maybe I should switch to them. And now I'm being kicked into it. So now I've got to go to my primary doctor, spend that money to get like a recommendation to this other GI doctor, and then I have to be like, okay, can we do this weaning process? But I'm taking my time. There's no rush right now. Right now I'm just trying to get off prednisone, and I'm going to be doing this very slowly, and I'm hoping they'll let me do something like that. I've actually been scared. Like when they just like took me off Humira, it was so harsh, like worse than prednisone. So like if one day the Humira stops working and they got to take me off, they're just going to take me off of it. I'm more scared about that. So I've got to see if I can wean. I really hope I can. I'll find a way if I have to. Someone says medical doctor mistake. Yeah, if anybody wants to go pro bono here and like help me out and sue these people, I would do it as long as I don't have to pay anything up front. But then, you could get a percentage of what we get. If anybody knows a lawyer would be willing to do something like that, I would do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this whole story in my next health update. And I'm going to state the same thing about a lawyer. We'll see if someone steps forward. Probably not. I once looked into something like that, and they want you to pay like $5,000 up front as a retainer or something like that, which I'm not willing to do. I mean, what is it? I'd rather just like get on with my life. But if it was going to happen for free and then you get a percentage, they get a percentage, I would do it. Yep. If you haven't read my newsletter, it's the top post on my Facebook page. I pinned it to the top. I explain why I got 10 pounds. I'm like absolutely addicted to this stuff. I'm just guzzling vitamins all day from it. Try to stay away from doctors and dentists. I mean, yes, doctors have screwed me up in a big way, but they also saved my life in a big way. I'd be dead if it wasn't for the medical system. I would be dead multiple times, as a matter of fact. All right. I think we're good here. We've been on for an hour. Take care, everybody. It's breakfast time.